Hi guys, I'm going to show you a DIY haircut, just the bottoms, nothing too fancy. This is meant to just keep you happy and keep your ends healthy through this quarantine madness until you can see your hairstylist again. So two things that you need to remember: that you have to use hair cutting shears. If you don't have any, you can buy them online, I'm sure on Amazon or Target at this time. Even sometimes CVS or Rite Aid will have them. But you cannot use your kitchen scissors. It's going to cut uneven blocks in your hair or zigzags or like a scalloped kind of look. They're not designed to cut hair in a straight line, and these are. So that's the number one thing. Don't even try it. It'll be kind of a disaster. So just stay away from that. And the second thing is just to keep in mind, like I said, we're not going to be doing any layering or anything too crazy. We will get some of these front ones, but this is really just meant to keep your ends from splitting and just keep your hair healthy. So we're going to be cutting 1/2 inch at a time. If you insist that you need more than that, still only cut 1/2 inch at a time until you're happy with where your length is. So you're going to need a comb too. So you are going to, no matter where you part your hair, you're going to part it in the middle. Mine already is. And I'm going to go all the way down the back. And honestly, this haircut's not going to be perfect, so don't really worry about what it looks like in the back. Like, I'll show you. I'm sure it's not directly down the middle, and it's probably not perfect, so it's fine. Just as long as it feels like there's an even amount and not too much of like hair from over here is ending up over here. That's the main thing. I'm going to start off with the shorter side over here, because I'm going to cut this side to match. It's really common for your hair on one side to be shorter than the other, because if you I sleep on this side, so I have more breakage and your hair just grows unevenly. So don't worry if it's pretty uneven. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna comb everything forward, and you want your comb to be flat towards the mirror. So if you were to bump it, it would hit the mirror. Don't comb like this or forward or anything. Just bring it all like this, and then you're going to be looking in the mirror. Don't look down, because when you look down, your hair will move. My finger is going to follow my comb until I'm ready, and then when you have a good firm grasp on it, then you can look down. I'm going to get up close. So you see how there's some short hair right here and a little bit short hair right here, so I'm going to just follow that line and clean it. Another thing too is, if you're really worried about this, don't go in and cut like this. Turn your scissors like this and just kind of jab at it, and then that will make it look really natural and nobody will even really know that you got a haircut. Whereas if you go like this and it's uneven, that's going to be noticeable. So I'm going to get up close so you can see. I'm just taking tiny little bits off. And because I'm going in with my scissors like this, it's not going to be even. It's completely impossible, but that's okay, because I know that going into it. And I'm cutting a way softer line by going like this, and if I were to cut a line like that, that would be so harsh. So once you put the hair down, it'll all move really softly. Okay, so I haven't touched that part yet, but I'm gonna lay it down, kind of see where I'm at. And I see I still have like a little bit of a corner here. So I'm gonna go through, grab that corner, and I'm gonna go through and get that very slowly. That's starting to look more even. Cool? So now this side is a little bit harder because you're going to be matching. So just kind of take a look in the mirror, comb everything down. And I know it's kind of awkward because I'm sitting here combing my boobs, but you want to see where it's going to hit on your body, because it doesn't matter if you're holding it up here and it's even, because once you put it down, it might not be. So bring everything forward. I'm going to follow my comb, my fingers. Once I start hitting, so this side's gonna be, one side's gonna be a little different. So now I'm gonna spin it into me, and now I can see, let's go against the wall. You see all these are hanging out further than that one is. I'm gonna go through and just cut that tail and even it out. I don't even want to know what my concentration face looks like right now. A little bit more. So there's further in here, bit by bit, until things start looking thicker and healthier at the bottom. Because it's better to cut a split end off than let it break where it wants to, because normally they're gonna want to break like way up here, which won't be fun. It's all about just keeping it healthy as long as you can. This is the point where if you wanted to go even shorter, just repeat those steps again, but only do it at a 1/2 inch at a time. Need a little bit more over here. But I do not want my hair to be shorter right now, so I'm not gonna do that. So if you want to, go ahead and do that. Okay, so now these front pieces. Everyone's front layers are gonna look a little bit different, so you want to try to follow the lines as much as you can. Put this to the side. So you're gonna be basically just tracing what your hairstylist did last time. And then these are very fragile, so it's really common for these to be super uneven. I have a lot of breakage around my hairline. So I can kind of see right here is the line. But comb everything to where it lives, meaning I never wear my hair like this, so I'm not gonna bring this over here, because what's the point in that? Leave everything to where it naturally is. Go in and just grab it. Use your comb to help you, and soft with your fingers. Go down, and then have your fingers follow the angle of your haircut. And then I'm gonna go through and cut all these little extras. And like I said, you don't want to try to create any new lines. All you want to do is try to even out the line that's already there, especially with this part. And especially with this part, cut into it and not like this. Otherwise you're going to get a nice little block right here. So just cut into it. You can see not very much hair is falling off at all because I'm just doing it super, super slowly. And then when you let it fall down, it starts to blend in more. So there's still a little bit right here, so I'm gonna grab only that. And that's coming from, there's short hair right here and then it gets really long, so I need to even that out. It's all connecting the lines, tracing the lines. That's better. So there's some breakage right here, so now I'm going to focus on that area, and I know it's breakage because it goes from short, long, short, long, short, long. So those long ones are ones that have been holding on for dear life, but you need to make sure everything's even. Go through. And as you can see too, when you go in like that and do it long ways instead of chopping into it, it takes a lot longer to mess it up. Whereas if you go like this and do one chop, you mess it up in 2 seconds. So definitely best to just keep going over and over until you feel like you like the way it looks. All right, that line looks a lot better now. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I am going to comb it forward just so that I can show you these lines. These very uneven lines. Oh my gosh, this side's bad. So go through, follow your comb again. And cut into it. All these extra little ones, cut those. Get back down. It's looking better, so now we go a little bit more and then blend these damaged pieces out. There's a lot on this side. And you can see that that's flowing into my haircut better. and you want to go through and make sure they match. They're not going to, so don't freak out when they don't. You bring everything forward and just cut the long side until it matches. It's a super easy way to just get rid of some of the split ends at the bottom without completely changing your haircut or messing it up. But don't forget that you have to use hair shears. You cannot use your kitchen scissors, and do not cut more than 1/2 inch at a time. And always feel free to DM me if you have any questions.